So here I am in the morning, still in mourning. Like, it just feels like a death. It's been 19 days since she left. And I'm in total bereft, grieving, loss, and I can't be believing of what happened. I can't still accept it. I try. Everyone says, move on, just live your life, the better things will happen. I don't agree, and I can't just move on. And what kind of person could? If you love someone for life, that you consider to be your wife and life partner, and you would do anything for them, and you'll fight for them, and you'll go to bat for them, and even if something goes bad and you have an argument, you still always know the vision is together, and that's the goal, is to love each other forever. So any bump in the road is just a bump in the road. It's not the road is the end of the road. And so I just can't still process the loss here and how it could have happened. It still is so surreal in a very bad, nightmarish way. I wake up in the morning and I just, I can't even believe it. For the first half my day, I'm just in a mourning process, as if when my sister died in 2011, it took 2 years before I could kind of understand that she was not available ever to talk to. And so when I think about and I still, can be upset and sad and miss her. And I just remember when last time I saw her, it was the Christmas before. It was 6 months before she died is the last time I saw her. Never thought that we would never see each other again and get to say goodbye in that sense. And it's just cruel that now, reflecting that kind of same grieving, mourning pain, that my life partner here, who left me 19 days ago, after she left when she was discovered in her lies with her inappropriate relationship with her professor. When she was discovered in having an affair and lying to me for, at least a couple years, but to what degree it grew. It grew and grew in more savage degrees. So it was a small lie. That Photoshop of us half naked together was Photoshopped. Oh, are you sure? Yeah, it was. Okay, I trust you. And then it grew. Who are you hanging out with after school? Oh, we're just playing badminton with some Chinese lady. Okay. Who's teaching you jiu-jitsu after class? You don't have jiu-jitsu class. Your teacher's teaching you that? Oh, just some people after class are having an extracurricular. So extracurricular was just you. There was no other extra people. I see. Who are you doing acro yoga with? Oh, there's just this thing. Oh, it's you and your professor. I see. So all these extra little lies you did over the years, where you started to develop an obsession and infatuation in a private relationship, doing extracurricular, body-touching, kind of sporty things together, brings you guys closer and us further apart. And that's where the cheating begins. Way back when you had a photo shoot and you both had your clothes off. And why is he got it? He shouldn't have his clothes off. It's you're the model. Why is he in the photos? He photoshopped those photos. Oh, that was 3 years ago. So you've been lying about your relationship with this man for 3 years, and then it grew recently in the past year when you traveled out of town together. I can't believe all this stuff. I can't process. I'm just trying to process all these details. And I realized after watching this movie last night, trying to get my brain off it, I watched this movie with Sean Penn called Daddyo. And man, that movie nails you to a fucking cross so hard and then burns it because it shows what a devil you are. And it really shows the state of the affair minded woman. And I'll add to that, since her dad died last October, I could see now she would put the patriarch blame upon me, and she started blaming me for things that I thought were childhood traumas. Like, you never listened to me. I'm like, well, I listen to you. I'm trying to listen to you more and more, and talking about myself less and less. And we did that, and we got quite, like, carrying. In fact, the last 4 or 5 months, I didn't say shit about myself. I just asked about you all the time. And whenever you brought it on me, I was like, no, it's how are you doing? What's up about you? I want to talk about you. So to say I never made space for your listening is wrong. But I can imagine that your professor would always make space for you, because all he wanted to do is get in your pants. If you watch the Daddyo movie, you'll see how a man who's married has a romance with a side girl, and what he's really looking for is anything to say to get inside your door. And you fell for those tricks, and all that sly playing games together was just the same way of, just trying to break the ice to get closer and closer and closer so he can have a little side hustle. And you fell for that. And then, in relation to your dad passing, and you then getting more angry with me, kind of blaming me for the things that you had with the trauma, like when in childhood you might not have been hurt as much. Your parents are very closed down in their emotional availability, so you were more like expressive and were told, probably repressed a lot in that conversation. So you never got hurt as a kid, and later you blame me as an adult, projecting that upon me, and I became your bad daddy, and your other teacher became your new daddy, which is a disgusting term, by the way, but I've taken it from that movie. And now I can see in that timeline from last October till now that he provided for you the new version of a protector daddy, rich, ability to make money and have your career, and the shoulder, the ear to cry on and tell you it's okay. I know how that all happened now. And I have to, see in the rear view, in the hindsight, in the detective drawing the red wool from this happened to this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened, this happened, just like a detective does trying to solve a mass murder. And what do I come up with is, all lines cross your face and his, and replacing me with that. I would have been the shoulder for you to cry on, and I was at any time. I would have been the protector and the leader and the provider, and I was as best I could at any time, and I was continuing to do that and grow into that and become that more and more. So the fact that you just replaced me so subtly and secretly, and edged me out until you were finally now in a affair with this man, and then you still used me transactionally and didn't ask about me for months, and I made it all about you, and then you became less and less available, and then finally you had your time off. We're supposed to be together, and in our first few days of your time off together, you're shaking, and the nervous system is shaking. I can't relax for hours. I'm like, why can't you relax? And I realized that's the sign of a cheater, a person that is now back in the home of the person they lied to, and they don't want to be exposed. That's why you were shaking, because you were being exposed in your lies, and you knew I was getting closer to the truth, and you were trying to hide it, and you were feeling guilt and shame and anxiety. And you should feel guilt and shame and anxiety. So much shame, so much guilt. You lie to someone you love and cheat on them, you're the lowest. You're the lowest human being. It's the worst. The worst thing you could do. It's just like, you can't do that. It's just breaks the bond of trust, of friendships, of hearts, of minds. And you just carry on with the new man as if he's like your professor and your best friend, played badminton and jiu-jitsu and having little private dates as his wife's at home with 3 kids. And he's available for you when you partly need that, a little bit of that action, then that fulfills you because you're busy the rest of the time. And you just can move on past me because you've already erased me months and months ago. And so finally I catch you in your lie and ask you. And as soon as you realize there's nowhere else to go with this lie, and it's totally busted, I pop 50 fucking holes in it and ask you, then you say I lied, and your bag is packed, and you walk out the door. I mean, you did some screaming, you did some yelling. I kept my voice calm. Pardon me. I kept my voice calm. You were yelling at me and emotional, and I was the one that was being deceived. And I would have been there for you, for anything, thick and thin, darling, for the rest of time. And now you think that this married man with 3 kids and a wife and a job and a career, and this is going to be there for you all the time? He's going to be there for you whenever it works for him to pretend to be, oh, it's okay, no problem, I'll listen to you. Oh my God, I get it, yeah, oh. Yes, it's not going to get in your pants. That's what he's doing to you. And I offered you so much more, but you see his leverage in his career as more. You think, oh, well, he's got the career I want, so I can just Machiavellian my way to his platform, and you will. And it's shameful, and it's blameful, and it's awful. I don't know how you could do that to someone you love. So I'm processing this still every day, talking to this phone and probably repeating my story over and over again. And I'm sure the audience is getting bored, for which I'm sorry. It's not about the audience, truly. It's not. I'm not here for views and likes. I'm not here to break the internet or have some sort of algorithm spike. I'm only here for my own sharing to process what I'm going through, so I can try and heal myself, because I can't stay in this pain. I can't remain here hurt and grieving and in mourning like a death, because that's what it feels like, a death. Like I said when I began this video, it feels like a death. And I related to my sister dying because I know how long it takes to even get back to base, And right now, every day I wake up and I'm in this sense of disbelief and trauma, and I go through this all day, and I then bike around the gym to try and process and move the blood, because I figure if I move the blood and cycle the oxygen out, then the cells will eventually expel and new ones will come, and hopefully with that new thought, and hopefully with that new life, and hopefully with that new prosperity and love and wealth and all the things that we dreamed of, but with someone else, because you don't deserve it, because you lied, because you cheated on me, because you treated me like garbage, because you left me on the fucking doorstep. And you know the worst part is, the whole point of me talking to the phone today was that you didn't even say goodbye. And you didn't let me say goodbye. You didn't even end it with respect. And I deserve better than that, and so did you, and so did we. You just ran away like a childish criminal that was caught guilty and refused to even give me a hug or an explanation or a kiss goodbye or anything, or even say, I won't see you again and I'm going to say goodbye now. You didn't even say goodbye now. You didn't let me say goodbye now. And I don't know why or how anybody can leave a lifelong relationship of 6 years of someone you spend your life with every day, talking morning, noon, and night, and planning your life and being in love and having all those beautiful memories and things we did, and you're my best friend. You're the only person in the whole world I trusted. And you didn't even say goodbye. 19 days now, I'm going through trauma, and you're off playing badminton with your new boyfriend, Professor. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. It's been a week. It's been 19 days since you left, and it's been 9 days since my new puppy died. And I didn't get to say goodbye to her. And my little puppy, I barely even got to say hello to. It was just a few days of, this is my new therapy, and you're the cutest little puppy ever, and you're going to make life so happy now, and I know what we're going to do, and I know how we're going to heal each other. And then you had to die too. It doesn't make any sense. Now I got this guy. If you love someone, you don't lie to them. If you love someone, you defy all odds and you stay with them, and you make things work, and you work through whatever issues each or other people have that are impacting your relationship, and you improve it. And you make it better, and you don't just fall for someone else all this time and let them sneak their way in. In fact, be wary of relationships, especially, opposing gender relationships. If that's where we're going to go into this Marxist nonsense, gender identities. If you're a man and you're in love with a woman, and your woman is having a friendship relationship with another man by work or by social or by someone on the street or wherever they may meet, be wary. And the woman that is involved in that with that man, be respectful and don't let them in like that. Be professional, have boundaries, learn the difference between a man that's totally just being nonchalant and professional or a man that's being nonchalant and personal. As soon as they cross that barrier, it is trying to get inside of your mind and your body. And it's absolutely unforgivable when you allow that boundary to be crossed. You opened up to them, that's on you, woman. And the same thing for the man reversed. If the man does that for him, if the man is married and in love with the woman and she's doing whatever she is, and then he allows to be manipulated or allured by another woman and continues to now break the ice with her, being like, oh, this is business, and how's that personal thing? Business, personal, business, personal, forget business. Anytime that happens, each of you are cheating and lying and disrespectful to yourself, to the promise you made, and to your partner waiting at home who loves you. Have some dignity. Have some dedication. Have some motivation to make it work with the person you're with, because that's who matters. And if they're some sort of like a new attractive thing this other person has, then like, oh, well, they're really into something, fitness, then say, darling, at home, my dear, I think we should get more into fitness because it really turns me on. Whoa, okay, it turns you on, and I need to get into this. Whatever it is. I was into fitness, so it can't be fitness, but let's just pick all the doctorship things that this Mr. Perfect Doctor was doing. Yeah, I can see how he offered the leverage for the life that you wanted, and all you had to do was cut me out like a pirate and drown me. Oh, that's how my sister died. How appropriate. Yeah, point is, I'm going through this daily, and you didn't even have the respect to say goodbye.